up on WMCT News, why Marlboro High switched to remote learning just 2 days into the school year. And Marlboro is labeled red for the first time after a spike in COVID-19 cases, what that means for the city. Plus, an in-depth look inside Campaign 2020. What you need to know about the candidates and questions on the ballot this November. All that and more straight ahead on WMCT News. Welcome back to WMCT News. I'm Megan Parsons. Marlboro saw a slow but steady increase in coronavirus cases over the last month. The state's latest coronavirus map, released on Wednesday, now labels Marlboro a high-risk community. Previously maintaining moderate risk status, the city saw 51 cases over the last 2 weeks. 40 of those still remain active. Taking a closer look at who actually makes up these cases, the city reports around 45% of patients are between the ages of 18 and 29. We know 7 of those positive cases are Marlboro High students, leading school officials to pivot from a hybrid learning model to fully remote, just 2 days into the school year. Just 2 days into the school year here at Marlboro High, school committee members voted to switch from a hybrid learning model to completely remote. The decision came after school officials learned 7 students connected to the high school tested positive for COVID-19.
It is a difficult decision to make, but one that I firmly believe is in the best interest of the entire community.
Marlboro school officials said they want students in class, but only when it's safe.
If we want to continue to go to school in person, we need to stop the spread.
Just 2 days into the school year, school committee members voted to pivot from a hybrid learning model to completely remote at Marlboro High School. City coronavirus data showed 7 high school students tested positive for coronavirus. None of the students actually entered the building, but school officials said it's possible the infected students had contact with others who did.
There's the potential for contact tracing to involve other individuals that would be associated at the high school, so that number has potential of extending reach.
This temporary decision only applies to Marlboro High starting September 24th.
The administration has not seen any trend of positive cases of COVID-19 at any other school in the district.
The Whitcomb and Jarrick schools both report 1 positive case, but again from students who were never in the building. Mayor Vigent said he wants younger students learning in person as long as they possibly can.
They have to make through a week of school, meeting their teacher, walking in their classroom.
School officials said they hope high schoolers can resume in-person learning October 13th, but they will reevaluate the week of October 5th. In Marlboro, Megan Parsons, WMCT News. In a similar incident out of Sudbury, where school officials made the same decision to switch to remote learning at Lincoln-Sudbury Regional High School, this time as a result of a student party. Just days before students were set to return to the classroom, Lincoln-Sudbury Regional High School Principal Bella Wong announced the switch to a remote start. The decision followed a crowded student party broken up by Sudbury police Friday night. Police said they found dozens of students completely disregarding COVID-19 guidelines. Of those students, they estimate 15 ran into the woods, while almost half of the 32 names they collected ended up being fake. And because of that, Sudbury health officials can't trace which students, if any, came into contact with the COVID-19 patient. So the Sudbury Board of Health mandated all students learn remote for 14 days. The district planned on a hybrid in-person model starting September 15th. The beginning of the school year now remote for 2 weeks. Monday, the day before school started, Wong wrote to students and families saying, "To say we have been terribly inconvenienced by what happened is an understatement. However, it hasn't lessened our excitement to welcome each and every one of you back to school." School officials plan to return back to the hybrid in-person model September 29th. In Sudbury, Megan Parsons, WMCT News. And the student and parents responsible for hosting the party now face social host charges. Sudbury police announced the charges on the 21st, saying the party involved underage drinking. Social host laws hold homeowners accountable for any underage drinking on the property. And as parents and students navigate this untraditional school year, Emily Greenwood, the owner of EKG Networking, offers a few tips of her own for successful at-home learning.
Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was remote learning.
Emily Greenwood knows a thing or two about technology. And for the past several months, she's used that knowledge to help others.
We have clients in Arkansas that we were able to help. We have clients in Florida.
She owns EKG Networking, an IT firm right here in Marlboro. And since the coronavirus pandemic hit, remote support became their #1 service.
Some of the best stuff that's come out of this is the adjustment people have been able to make to shift their brains and how they work.
She understands that transitioning to a remote lifestyle hasn't been easy on most people, especially for parents and students at the start of a new school year. But when it comes to setting up an at-home learning space, Greenwood says following a few simple tips can keep your student right on track. No need for a fancy setup. Greenwood said a quiet, consistent location will work just fine.
You've got to keep the learning separate from the rest of your world.
The space needs access to power, and heavy computer equipment, if any, should be placed on its own, never stacked. Taking good care of the equipment is key because getting a new device will take some time.
Getting a laptop right now, you're looking at a month and a half, 2 months.
Proper care means restarting the device once a week and updating the software when recommended. But there's one more step you've probably never thought of.
Restarting your router at your house every once in a while, making sure that's all fresh and going.
Greenwood said it's all about finding what works best for your student.
We're all dealing with it, so kind of stepping back and going, okay, what can I shift and do a little bit differently? Maybe one thing.
In downtown Marlboro, Megan Parsons, WMCT News. And a brand new elementary school opened this week. The Good Now School welcomed 700 students, grades K through 5, the first day of school. The Good Now name comes from the Good Now brothers, 3 veterans from Marlboro killed in action. To check out a full tour of the school, visit WMCT-TV.com. Next on WMCT News, the masked man identified after suspiciously stopping by multiple homes in the Metro West area. And after one teen went on a joyride in a luxury car through Sudbury, the crash and clues that led authorities to the 17-year-old suspect.
Coming up on WMCT Inside the Ballot, a local mechanic tells us how the right to repair law will impact his business.
Going for coffee.
Watch a movie.
Spending time with a friend.
A best buddy.
It's something we take for granted,
but it can be a little hard for people
with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
To bake bread.
That is why we started Best Buddies Canada.
Best Buddies Canada matches people like me. With people like me. Like me.
To create one-on-one friendships.
We could use your help.
Go to bestbuddies.ca and see how you can get involved.
Because everybody needs a best buddy.
Including me.
Me.
You.
As the executive producer of the documentary film The C Word, I've learned the importance of breakthrough approaches to treating cancer. A breakthrough is the start of something extraordinary. To be breakthrough is to be brave. Many small breakthroughs can lead inevitably to a big breakthrough. The kinds of breakthroughs that advance the fight against cancer. The ones that save lives by the millions. You are the breakthrough. You, the patients taking part in clinical trials. You, the scientists doing next-level research to beat cancer. You, the doctors and nurses who tirelessly care for everyone along the way. Defeating cancer takes breakthroughs. Let's be the breakthrough. Talk to your doctor about screenings, clinical trials, and especially prevention. Stand up to cancer.
Everyone should know how to do hands-only CPR. If you see a teen or adult suddenly collapse, all you need are
2 simple steps. Call 911 and push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives.
Just push to the beat of the classic song, Stayin' Alive.
It really works.
You didn't let me finish. I really do know this stuff.
If it wasn't for disco, I'd be dead.
Stayin' alive. Stayin' alive.
Inside the Ballot, WMCT's in-depth look at the ballot this November. Looking at both the questions and the candidates, WMCT breaks down exactly who and what you're voting for. Up first, question 1, the right to repair law. WMCT Stacey Circasoon joins us from French Hill, where she explains what a yes vote on this question would mean for local mechanics.
You may remember the right to repair law that passed way back in 2012. Now, automakers want to make it mandatory for you and your mechanic to access all diagnostic systems.
Yeah, I mean, I see commercials and it's so confusing.
The Right to Repair Act focuses on something called telematics. To put it simply, telematics system data can include information like car speed, harsh acceleration or braking, fuel consumption, vehicle faults, and much more. The bill would require vehicles equipped with telematics systems to install an open data platform beginning in the year 2022. Vehicle owners could then access telematics system data through a mobile app and then give consent to others to access that data as well.
I don't want to fix my car at the dealership all the time. That's why. They're too expensive. Yeah, the dealerships, they play the game.
Supporters of the Right to Repair Act say it's your car, so you deserve the right to access the repair information firsthand. Tom Hickey, director of the Massachusetts Right to Repair Coalition, says in a statement, "This is really a fight for Massachusetts consumers. Without this information, people may lose a choice to bring their car to an independent repair shop. The main worry is that soon, independent repair shops will have little to no access to vehicle data." The opposing side of this bill says this initiative puts automakers at an unfair advantage. WMCT spoke with the owner of Oscar's Repair in Marlborough, who says this could take business away from local mechanics.
Oh, you see, the dealer has this power of knowing first what's going on with the car. How do I know he can tell the person, oh, that's only can be fixed here in the dealer?
Some say telematics database could be a magnet for hackers. And even if maintenance alerts try to steer you to a dealership service center, you can always choose a different mechanic.
Frank Cuco shop to crack over there in Mobile gas station. Everybody can go anywhere. If we vote yes, it's gonna be kind of, closing the area. It's gonna be narrow.
In all, a yes vote on question 1 would create a shared database for the telematics or data that currently flow only to automakers. And a no vote on question 1 would make no change to the existing right to repair law. In French Hill, Stacey Circusoon, WMCT News.
Next on Inside the Ballot, WMCT spoke with Syed Hashmi. The trauma surgeon is running against incumbent Danielle Gregoire to represent the 4th Middlesex District. He shared with WMCT the reason behind his decision to run for office.
What makes you different? And the answer is absolutely nothing. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing remarkable about me. What makes this campaign different is you, are the stories of your courage, of your hopes, your dreams. They're the only reason why I'm running for office, and this is why I'm so passionate about the issues that matter to you. We can only be the change when we are the change, when we believe in ourselves. We can only heal ourselves when we work together.
A member of the Board of Selectmen in Westboro, Syed Hashmi is running for state representative as an independent candidate.
I'm running as an independent majorly because I'm a physician. I don't feel I should be partisan. It shouldn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me what color, caste, or creed you belong to take care of you. It should matter to me as a state representative who you are also. I think as a independent, I'm running for office to solve problems. That is why I'm running for office, and that is why I wanted to run. I did not want to be beholden to anyone but you, the voters.
If elected in November, he explained what 3 issues he would address first.
There are 3 goals that would be a priority for me, okay? One would be affordable childcare, expanding access to that. The other would be controlling drug costs and healthcare costs, because too many families have lost jobs and as a result are struggling. And we need to address those issues. And the last, because not only am I, I'm a physician, I'm also a local selectman in my town. And I've seen the devastation that this pandemic has caused, so we need to support our cities. The cities are the engine that will drive the recovery from COVID-19.
And when it comes to the 2 candidates running to represent the 4th Middlesex District, Hashmi said the difference between the 2 is right in their campaign taglines.
If you want, just go to our website. And I hope that the viewers of this program will go to my website. If you will look at my website, you will see that the website has our tagline. It's Dr. Syed Hashmi, for state representative and healing Massachusetts together. That is our tagline. If you go to my opponent's website, it is about re-electing my opponent. Her name is there in big, bold letters. I'm not running for office just to have the office. I'm running because I want to heal our state.
Hashmi said the driving force behind his campaign are the voters. And ahead of the general election this November, his campaign will continue making them the main focus.
To me, this election is not about, I'm just a guy on the ballot. This election is very much, our campaign is about you. It's about our future. And one of the things I want to just tell the voters is that, and people wiser than me have said this, the only way to come back from a pandemic is decency. And we need to remember that. We need to remember that your health is related to my health. And if we are interested in the welfare of each other, will we build a better world for all of us.
The recent car break-ins stretching across the Metro West area, police believe are tied to a Connecticut-based gang. Southborough appears to be just the latest town targeted by the individuals. Similar incidents were reported in Millis, where one resident's outdoor camera caught them in the act. Southborough police said the gang broke into 25 cars in just one night back on August 9th. That same night, 4 of the vehicles were reported stolen. On Facebook, Southborough police warned residents that this gang is known for returning to do the same thing again. They ask anyone with doorbell security cameras that might have caught something to contact police. Over in Sudbury, one minor is lucky to be alive after stealing a car from BMW of Sudbury. Police say the 17-year-old boy was spotted traveling at a high speed on Route 20 around 5 a.m. Thursday morning. The vehicle crashed through a guardrail, down a hill, and into a stream. The almost deadly crash was so bad it caused the car to dial 911 all on its own. But when officers arrived, the driver was nowhere to be found. Shortly after, a resident spotted the teen trying to now break into their car. When police arrived, he tried to hide but was found by the Mass Police K-9 team. The teen was taken to the hospital with minor injuries and will be charged with larceny of a motor vehicle. Staying in Sudbury, after turning to Facebook for help, police identified the man in this picture. Police said he entered a resident's garage unannounced, claiming he sold magazines. He wore dark clothing, a mask over his face, and rode a black scooter. The man first appeared in Lincoln just a few weeks ago, but on the 14th, a similar incident was reported at a home on Route 117 in Sudbury. Sudbury police have no new information at this time and did not release the man's name. Next on WMCT News, at the beginning of reopening, one local business faced some criticism. Coming up, how they are creating a fun and safe environment as more of their services open. Plus, some sneaky Huskies broke into Home Depot. More on their stay and how they made themselves right at home. Stay tuned.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo! Oh, hey, Julia! You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum.
Drum loud. Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back. Marlboro picked a potential spot for a new fire station on the west side of the city. The city council reviewed a proposal to spend almost $450,000 to build a new station at 481 Elm Street. The land is located in the commercial district near Apex Entertainment. The property right now includes a home which would be split from the main property and resold. The city eyed potential spots for years, even setting up a committee responsible for the search. A public hearing will be held before the final approval of the site purchase. Also happening in Marlboro, new stickers are now required in order to use the city's drop-off facility. WMCT's Lindsay Crane talked with Ted Scott from the DPW for more information.
After 2 public service meetings and a public hearing at City Council, the DPW is now selling 2021 drop-off facility stickers.
So we had a lot of great input. The City Council has made a lot of good suggestions. We worked those all into what we have now.
When residents purchase their sticker, they'll notice very little has changed from this past year.
The recycling is still free. If you have a standard sticker, that's still $50, but we are limiting you to 50 bags of household trash and 6 pay items.
Disabled American veterans and seniors 65 and older will not be charged for a sticker, but will also be limited to 50 bags of trash and 6 pay items.
If you go over that, you can purchase another 4 pay items for $100. And the pay items are bulk waste, meaning trash that doesn't fit in a 40-gallon bag, appliances like refrigerators and stoves, and electronics like a TV. And then with the TV, you can have small electronics with it as a load.
Residents can also make an appointment with Republic Services to have their bulk items picked up curbside. One change to the program is that the facility will no longer be taking demolition. You can pick up your new sticker at the DPW located at 135 Neal Street from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. until October 2nd. After that, stickers will be available at the drop-off facility. You can find more information on the city website. For WMCT News, I'm Lindsay Crane.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker made adjustments to the state's coronavirus plan, allowing arcades to open earlier than planned. The decision followed what several surrounding states were already doing. Apex Entertainment in Marlboro first reopened in July, but its arcade welcomed back customers September 17th. Director of Hospitality Greg Rowley said it's great the arcade is back open, but he's even more excited employees get to return to work, many of which are local high school students. Over the summer, city health officials visited the complex 3 times after customers complained Apex wasn't following proper pandemic guidelines. But Rowley said Apex offers a safe, clean, and fun environment.
You know, we are always staying in the state guidelines as well as going a little bit extra. We have our COO, Marcus Komblowski, has always prided himself on 3 things: having a safe, clean, and fun environment. And those first 2 things obviously go hand in hand, safe and clean. And one time I mentioned to him about, shouldn't the fun be first? And he was like, no, because if it's safe, people will come back. If it's clean, they'll be happy to be here. And then fun, how can you not have fun at Apex? So that's our tenets we've always lived by, and we'll continue.
And for commuters headed back to work in Boston, the Framingham and Worcester commuter rail start increasing service back to normal this fall. On November 2nd, MBTA express trains make a return, as well as the heart-to-hub service. After a major slowdown during the pandemic, the increased service follows ridership patterns as more riders head back to work in the city. But not everything is back to normal just yet. St. Vincent de Paul's annual Friends of the Poor Walk went virtual this year. The walk, originally held on the rail trail, will be virtual the entire month of September. Participants are asked to complete a 3-mile walk on their own to raise money for those in need throughout the city of Marlboro.
100% of the proceeds of the Friends of the Poor Walk goes to help those in need of assistance in Marlboro. So we are St. Vincent de Paul Society is a group. We assist anyone, regardless of religious affiliation or anything else. So if you need assistance, give us a call and we'll help. In the past, we've helped with utilities, food, rent. We also help people navigate the state agencies and try to get them in touch with the people in the state that can help them, for longer term assistance to get them on their feet. Registration is all online, and it's marlborofopwalk.org. And they just need to go online, and they can either register to walk and get donations from their friends and family, or they can just donate directly to walkers who are already signed up. If you have a friend who's already signed up, you can donate to them, or you can just donate to the walk, and it goes to both organizations, both St. Vincent de Paul conferences.
Now here's something you don't see every day, and it will probably have you asking, who let the dogs out? A pair of four-legged intruders broke into Home Depot last Wednesday morning. Two huskies snuck through the store's back lumber door, eventually finding their way inside the store. Assuming the two weren't picking out a new paint color, employees called animal control. The dogs were nice, but wouldn't let anyone close enough to read the name off their tags. After spending a few hours hanging out at Home Depot, the owner arrived happy to find his two furry friends safe. And that's all we have for you today, but before we close out the show, WMCT wants to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of Wes Tuttle. A lifelong Marlboro resident, Wes was loved and admired by everyone he knew. Marlboro and the New England Sports Center will never be the same. There is no doubt Wes will be very missed.